Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for April 21st through the 27th. Now, I am generally using different decks. I've been using Radley Valentine decks for quite a while here, and for this reading, we are going to be using a lot of his decks. We're going to use the Archangel Power Tarot cards, the Guardian Angel Tarot cards. We will use this is actually Doreen Virtue cards, the Angel of Abundance, Doreen Virtue, and Grant Virtue. I will be pulling one from the Emily Anderson Crystal deck, and because we're doing a longer overview, I will be asking the angels for answers. Now remember, this one, this is more for fun, and I tell you, don't make life decisions based upon this, but pray, meditate, do the things that you need to do. This gives you the answers. So like I've said, I am an intuitive channeler. If I haven't said this, I open myself up to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, Source, and just basically ask whatever it is you need to hear that come through. Now, I am going to do an overview today. We're just going to use the Waite Rider, the traditional tarot cards just for today. Again, everything we talk about, remember, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay, I am on Rumble and I am on YouTube, so please remember to do the like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. It really does help. It gets my channel seen, whatever the algorithm is. If you're watching on Rumble, please rumble me. I have been kind of away from the computer for the last 7 days. I've been, dealing with some of my husband's medical issues. So, I've been away. We've been in the hospital for that long of a time. So I am trying to get back, and he is doing well. He is recovering well, but he is still in a recovery mode. So that's why we're continuing to do the longer readings. So let's see what we've got going on in the planets, in the, what's going on in the world. Remember, we still have, and I'm, going off of the-astrologer.net. Pluto still is in Aquarius. Saturn, Neptune is still in Pisces. These are the longer ones. We do have, we do have Jupiter in Aries. We have Mercury and Uranus in Taurus. And we do have Mercury just about ready to go retrograde, which will create some interesting stuff with that. Venus is now in Gemini. Mars is in Cancer. So let's see, our Mercury goes into retrograde actually on the 21st. It will be in Taurus. A lot of grounding energy with Taurus, a lot of things becoming real. I have been talking, if you watched my last overview, there was a lot of digging up the muck, digging up a lot of dirty stuff, per se, if you watch that. And with Mercury going retrograde, that's about communications. It's about electronics. There's a lot of karmic energy that gets fixed or gets revealed. There's a lot of ascension energy. Now, Mercury goes retrograde about 3 times a year. This year, it will go 4 times. So that in itself has a little bit of a change in it, too. So we do have Mercury going retrograde, karma being kind of pulled up. And I would say that we'll hear more and more things, just in general, maybe in our lives itself. And it's just kind of like, just cleaning out. We're still in that cleaning out phase. Cleaning out and getting our hands dirty as we just keep scrubbing those walls, scrubbing those, toilets, scrubbing, and clearing out and getting things cleaned out. Again, too, remember, Pluto in Aquarius is part of that phase, too. Also, that's part of that phase. Remember, Pluto in Aquarius, last time, and I know I can't stress this enough, we had this in 1777 through 1797 or 98, a lot of revolutionary type of energy. Okay, so anyway, we have that going on. We have in the next week or so, we just have some planets that are sextiling with, in this. So it's not necessarily real strong energy with those planets per se. And that's kind of nice because that softens a lot of this harsher or more staticky energy. I don't know if you've been feeling this. And again, I talk about the Schumann resonance sometimes. The Schumann resonance has been spiking quite a bit. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can either go back to some of my old videos or on my old postings, memes, things like that. Or you can also just go ahead and, do a search engine on it. So, so interesting things going on in the world. As always, we are part of this world. Remember, though, and this is really, really important, whatever's going on out there, we have to live our lives. We have to live with what we need to work through, okay? So you want to don't necessarily let what's going on out there, scare you, frighten you, influence you, keep you from shining bright and keeping your vibrations high. Dark energy does like to try to push out that light, but the more we push back with our light energy, the less the dark can stay. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, glasses on. Let's see what we have here. What do we have? Higher power, Holy Spirit, God, Source. What would you like to say? What is going on in this world? Overview. What's happening for these dates? We now have entered into Taurus season. Again, a lot of things are getting real. So we have, and we have Mars and Cancer. So we have things in Taurus. We have things in the Earth energy, Taurus. Things in the water energy. We have Cancer and Pisces. And don't forget that southern node, which the northern node is also in Taurus. Southern node is in Scorpio. We have air energy, Pluto. So Jupiter is in Aries. So we do have all of the energies being represented in some longer moving planets, or slower moving planets, I should say. But let's see what we've got going on. Okay, well, we've got a couple cards that just fell out. Total transformation. Something is changing. Major changes are happening. Never be afraid of this card. This just brings new challenges, new opportunities at the same time. There is a card underneath. So we will go ahead. We're going to pull one more card here. So, and I generally pull like 3 cards. So let's do that one here. Let's see what this one is. Okay. So we have something majorly changing. The death card, is not about somebody per se dying. It's just a total transformation. It's a total change. It's a total letting go of something and opening up to something new. So we have 13 numbers have a lot of meaning. We have the 1, new beginnings, a 10, transition, and then we have the 3, celebration, creation. It's also the power of 3. We also have that new moon that's in that, what was it, the 20th, 21st? And remember that new moon is, while it's the second new moon in Aries, there is some overlap into that Taurus. So and also too, I didn't talk about this, we do have a solar eclipse going on as we transition into Taurus season also. So this is a very strong, things are changing all around us. So the death energy, what do we have here? We have people that don't want to accept, that want to look away. We have somebody coming to offer, hey, whatever this is. We have some that have just kind of, they've just kind of said, no, I can't even deal with this. But we also have the sun coming through. So we have, this is not necessarily like I said, a horrible or a negative energy. It just means this is a total transitioning energy. Something is leaving us. Something is dying in order for new to begin. Okay? And again, too, we also, there's also, we're in the northern hemisphere. We're in the spring season, and in the Southern Hemisphere, you're in the fall season. So there is the cycle of life. So something is transitioning. Now we have this. This is reversed. Reverse cards to me say pay a little more attention, okay? Sometimes people will read reversed and say it's the opposite, but that, to me, we have enough opposites energy, opposite cards. I say this is pay attention. So we do have some money energy here. We have Pentacle energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And I told you Taurus really, what did I say? Uranus, Mercury, and is that what I said about it? Anyway, but we're also in Taurus season 2. So there's a lot of that money, job, career, things transitioning. I would say that there would be some major transition with money situations. This is someone that basically is providing. This is somebody that, this is that money card that says money coming from unexpected sources, unexpected resources. We have, again, this also is our Virgo, and it's also Capricorn. And Pluto will return into Capricorn for a little bit of time, just not right now, okay? So something, major transformation, could be something with the money, but don't worry about that. Don't worry, because there is gifting of money coming at the same time. Okay, so let's see what this one is that I pulled on. Fear. Okay, 15. So we have a 13, we have a 6. 6 is the number of man. The number of man, it basically says, this is what you've put into something. But now we come to the 15, 5, 5, 5, change. Major arcana energy here. 1 plus 5 is that 6, so it's the number of man. Again, we have the devil. This is, fear is a tool of the devil. It is what, what tries to keep us from transforming. It's what tries to keep us from, being, having our vibrations on the lighter side. So whatever's going on here, there is a fear element to it. I'm not going to say that that's not, but the fear is what we create. Now, if there's danger has a different element, okay? But fear is what we create out of our world, or what we create with our own thoughts. So again, tool of the devil, tries to control you, tries to keep you from moving towards your light, or moving towards the grace of, the grace of God, that trying to keep you in prison, if you want to even say that. If you look at this, so we have that pentacle energy here. There's pentacles, but it is skewed. So it's not in a good place here. We have this energy, we have these two people here that are, male, female, so it kind of represents, again, that lover's energy, which is that number 6 again. However, these are two people that are bound in chains. These are two people that basically have kind of accepted. They would rather deal with the devil they know than the unknown energy. They, at the same time, if you look around their necks, they could slip from this. They could slip from this imprisonment and move on. They choose to stay, and with that, they start losing their humanity. They start losing their humanity, and they start turning into the beast that maybe that they are serving. I'm not quite sure how we want to talk about this, but again, there is a transformation coming. It's a big transformation. Don't worry so much about the money, but there is enough energy out there to put fear into, whoever or whatever, okay? But don't let fear win. Do not let the devil win this one, because, I will tell you, God, Source, Holy Spirit is a lot bigger than this. Okay, so let's go one more card. Okay, any more clarification on this? Any more clarification on this card? There's big transformation, something to do with money. Don't worry about the money, though, because money does come. Don't be afraid. This is the fear card, and I'm going to just tell you, don't let fear win out on this. Okay, card flew out. Let's see what this one's about. Okay. Moving on. So we have that 6 energy again. This is the 6 of Swords. Swords is our air energy. It is our Aquarius. Remember, I told you we have Pluto in Aquarius now. Things have to change. Things have to move on. We cannot stay where we're at. We have Gemini. We have, what did I say? Venus is in Gemini, and that's actually a comfort to our thoughts, and this is Libra. So this is our thought processes, thinking things through, making our plans, making some decisions. This also has communication with it, and even though Mercury is now retrograde, like I said, we're about to go back and revisit a lot of we're about to clean out some toilets, let's put it this way. But then with all of that, we are able to move on. But moving on is always a choice. Everything that we do is a choice, and we can choose to move on or we can choose to stay in fear. But this is moving on, and this has a better and brighter future. Okay, so we've got some really strong and intense energies going on with these cards, with this reading. Do not be afraid. Just keep your vibrations elevated. Remember, I'm always saying, God's got this. God's in control. Just stay with your vibrations high. I have had many, many miracles in my life. And, and I have many times in my life chosen to be afraid, especially when something major has happened. But I've gone through it. I've gone through it. And what God brings you to, God will bring you through. Okay? So, interesting as always. Okay. Just keep your vibrations elevated, keep your thoughts, and just believe that miracles do happen. Okay? I've seen it. All right, so I will be starting on the regular readings. Again, it will be for this time period, and I will use the cards that I talked to you about. Just keep your vibrations high. Also, too, even though maybe it's not necessarily the message you wanted to hear, but if it does bring you a little insight, please go down to the like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. I really appreciate you doing that. Also, if you're following me on Rumble, and I'm sorry, Rumble following or answering comments is harder to do on Rumble than it is on YouTube. And sometimes my videos don't get posted the way they're supposed to on Rumble. So I'm sorry to the person who did not see Aquarius. Okay, but I did see your message, but I just couldn't reply where I was at. Anyway, please remember, as always, because this is the truth, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.